Welcome to Talk Around Riyadh, the Wheel of Time showcast. I am your host, Joe Perry, here with my co-hosts, Jen Isgro and Tom Kakoza. How you doing tonight, Jen?
I am doing good. It's Friday night with my friends. The ants have slowed down in my house, and I'm getting a new bathroom starting next week, so I'm having a good time right now. It's a good time for the Isgros. So happy to be here, having fun and talking about Wheel of Time.
Awesome. That reminds me, I forgot about the ant video, so I'm going to put it in Discord right now. Tom, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Joe. Crazy week with work. Nothing interesting, just work. But I am glad that we are here and the weekend is coming. It's a Mother's Day weekend here in the U.S. at least. I don't know if it's an international holiday or not. So happy Mother's Day early to Jen and to all the rest of you moms out there.
Thank you. Joe, what am I watching right now? What is this video of ants?
It's just a video of ants crawling in my driveway.
Oh, God.
A lot of ants.
Why do you have so many ants in your driveway?
I think they just I think, the weather was warm, so I think they're all out of the ground now. They all just
Are they regular ants?
Yeah, they're little black ants.
Oh, okay. All right. That's a lot of ants. Okay, anyway.
It's a lot of ants. And then I found it after I killed all those. I found another.
Why'd you kill them?
I sprayed
them. They were outside.
Yeah, but that's a lot of ants close to my house. It's a hell of a lot of ants close to my house, and I get ants in my house, so they had to go.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like probably thousands.
And what were you going to say after you sprayed them? What?
A couple of days later, another on the other side of my driveway, another thing of ants. Killed those too. Sorry. It was either the ants or me, so. How you doing, Tom?
Really?
Tom, did I ask you how you're doing?
Yes.
You did, Joe. I'm doing well. I'm excited to get this episode started.
I'm excited too. We've got some news, like last minute news that came in, I think, yesterday. And then there was something we got earlier in the week that I wanted to talk about because I felt like it kind of flew in under the radar and maybe didn't get the attention it deserved. But before we get into the news, Jen, what's happening?
Guess what? It's what's happening. Yes, your favorite every once in a while when I feel like it, social media roundup segment is back. What's happening kicks off tonight with some casting news. No, not for the Wheel of Time, but the third installment of the Now You See Me franchise. Variety reports Rosamund Pike has joined the cast of Now You See Me 3, the third chapter of the Magician series. Details of her part are being kept under wraps, but she will have a pivotal role in the film, according to the press release. Variety elaborates, for those of you who, like me, have never seen any of these movies, Pike joins the ensemble as the new film returns audiences to the thieving illusionists known as the Four Horsemen and introduces a new generation of magicians. I can only assume that Rosamund will be bringing her extensive channeling experience over to a new type of magic, and fans of this series are certainly lucky to have her.
I'm I don't know. I'm a little speechless as to they're making a third one of these movies. I saw some of the first one and I thought it was okay, but I didn't think it warranted a sequel.
No,
the
sequel. I watched the first movie. I thought it was okay. I watched some of the second movie and thought it was so not okay as to stop watching it.
All the same people in it, but there's nobody dies in these movies, right?
Didn't Isla Fisher almost die in real life? Is that this movie where she was in a dunk tank?
Maybe she almost replaces. If
I'm not,
what's her face? I'm blanking on the actress's name right now. She was on True Blood and
Anna Paquin.
No, not the main character in True Blood. She was just in. I think she was in early seasons. And Masters of Sex.
Oh, not
brunette.
What's her name?
Yeah,
Jesus Christ,
terrible.
Carrie Kelly.
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't
she's
remember
in
her
Party
name.
Down. She was in.
Lizzie Kaplan.
Lizzie Kaplan.
Thank you,
Lizzie Kaplan. Lizzie Kaplan. Lizzie Kaplan. Great actress. Love her. she didn't come back for the sequel and was replaced by Isla Fisher in the sequel. And then
no, Isla Fisher's in the first movie.
Oh, is that it? And Lizzie Kaplan replaced her in the sequel. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then
this is a terrible podcast.
Yeah. And then well, right, we're not a Now You See Me podcast.
Yes, she almost died in the tank. They thought she was acting really well, but she actually was basically drowning.
Oh, I think I heard that story too. Now This is a new podcast. Now You Hear Me.
Be careful, Rosamund.
Now you don't.
Yeah.
As everyone is turned off the podcast right now.
Okay.
Cut all of that out
No,
right
don't.
after Jen.
Don't. It's riveting. It's riveting.
Yeah,
it's all getting cut.
In other news about films you may or may not care about, the news is out there on X that Rafe Judkins is one of 2 finalists potentially in the running to write the new X-Men Marvel Studios reboot film. This would be a huge opportunity for our showrunner. Along with writing for Wheel of Time, Rafe has also written for the film Uncharted, starring Tom Holland, and was a producer and writer for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., another Marvel property. This could take Rafe's eyes away from Watt if true, but he does have an amazing team working with him who I'm sure could keep things running smoothly. The other reported finalist is Michael Leslie, whose first credit on IMDb is Macbeth. Macbeth, of course, being the 2015 movie starring Michael Fassbender that I have definitely heard of. He also
is it just Macbeth, like the Shakespeare play?
It appears to be. I don't know.
So he wrote a Shakespeare
it's an adaptation.
Play.
Yeah,
he wrote the adaptation. Yeah.
Okay. He also worked on the recent Hunger Games prequel. Anyway, we hate that guy. Good luck to Rafe.
There was a Hunger Games prequel?
Yeah.
The songbirds and snakes.
Oh,
apparently, it was good. Actually, I didn't see it. It's like Snows. Did you watch the Hunger Games?
I've seen some of the first Hunger Games.
All right, the bad guy, Snow. It's like his story.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Donald Sutherland. That's his name.
Oh, Donald Sutherland. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't remember anyone's name in that movie.
He's the evil president, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Rafe is Rafe's a really good pick for this. I think he has an ethos that fits the X-Men well.
What is that ethos, Tom? What is that?
I think he writes based on season 1. I think he writes moody teenagers with lots of extraordinary powers really well. And I think that he also writes things that advocate for people who aren't in the majority of society well. And I think that that's really what the X-Men should do all the time. So, yeah, and I think writing a script for a Marvel movie is not going to take him away from his showrunner duties too much.
Yeah, you know? I don't think. I was going to say that too. Is it like, I'm sure he could pound this out pretty quick. It's not like he's running. I mean, it's not like he's the showrunner, the director of the movie, or a producer on the movie,
right?
Unless he is a producer on the movie.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But now as right now.
Good luck, Rafe.
Yeah,
we're all pulling for you.
Kick ass, see best.
Yeah. Is there any rumors about any people who are going to play some of these X-Men?
Yes. Janelle Monáe is going to be in it. Probably as Storm, although that's not confirmed. But that's the latest rumor.
Cool.
Yeah.
Janelle Monáe is actually playing Gambit. They're
Big shock.
Really going to change it all up.
And he's no longer going to be a Wolverine. He's going to be a Katarine.
No.
I don't know. That was
Pat you could take out.
That's getting cut. Let me try it again. Hold on. They're no longer going to call him. Oh, sorry. He's no longer going to be a Wolverine. He's going to be a duckbill platypus.
Oh, there you go.
Interesting.
I like that.
Interesting way to go.
It's a twist. It's different. They're not repeating themselves.
No. Okay. And last but certainly not least, it's #Hen News. You know I'm never going to miss a week when Juliet gives us a shout out. She writes, happy #Hen News. Nevi is doing really well and clearly doesn't intend to become a hen of the horn yet. Long may she last. She was in a very bad way last week, but has sprung back. Amazing. Lots of hens live with tumors for years. Hopefully she'll be one of them. They've all been enjoying the sun. Perry Hen even tried to flirt with the metal cockerel. A bit late, as in 2 weeks, I think, but Talker on Riyadh, very touched that you remembered my maple, willow, Egwene. As always, this is accompanied on her Instagram with some great pics of the hens. Perry Hen trying to make herself look cute for a metal rooster is amazing.
It's one
So
hard
glad
cock.
to hear. That one, pull that one out for yourself. You could play that. So glad to hear that Nevi is doing so well, and we will always
You
remember the
realize
hens.
Your response was even better. You should pull that one out.
Let me finish. So glad that Nevi is doing so well, and we'll always remember the hens who have passed on and whose spirits are waiting for the wheel to spin them back out again.
Aw.
Pull that one out. You know what I meant.
That's-
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Oh, whatever.
Well, that's good to know that Nevi is feeling much better.
Yeah.
True to form.
Yes.
She was healed by a yellow sister hen, maybe.
Perhaps.
Yeah. It's good to
All
hear
right.
that.
Well, yes, I'm all done for now. Back to you, Joe.
Yeah, we got some news to talk about. Watt Series dropped some castings on us yesterday. So thank you, Watt Series, for giving us something to talk about and something pretty cool. There's 4 people that they've identified who filmed for season 3. I'll go through them. First, we have Claire Dunn. And I wanted to quote something from this article because there's some hints in this article about when they filmed, and that leads to potential and where they were. So can give us some clues to the storyline or character that they're going to be. Quote, during last year's IFTA Awards in May 2023, it was revealed to Goss.ie that she was shooting a, quote, little role on Wheel of Time for Amazon. So, Claire Dunn, she was in, I don't know if it says she was in Prague, but she was filming early. So that means she was not in South Africa, because I don't think there was any filming done in South Africa until much later. So it's probably likely that she was in Prague filming. Does that give you any hints or clues to who Claire Dunn could be? She was in a TV show called Kin, that movie, The Last Duel. She was also, Spider-Man Far From Home as well. She's an Irish actress, by the way. Claire Dunn. So,
Spider-Man
little
Far From
role.
Home is the only one I didn't see.
I don't remember her in it, but
thoughts on Claire Dunn and who could she be playing?
a small role.
Early in the season, likely, too. Well, they filmed early, so it's probably Prague stuff, maybe either in the studio or Two Rivers. Could she be somebody in the Two Rivers?
Maybe,
Or somebody at the tower?
or somebody who lives in Falm that like is going to be just a person
Mm-hmm.
who's I don't know, left behind, who's just there in the beginning.
How big of a character can we cast her as?
How big of a character are they? Let's say
Grendel.
she's yes, Grendel, yes. She's Cadswade.
Alvion.
There you go.
Oh, we're bringing Alviarin in now. We're going to have
There
2
we go.
badass black and red sisters.
She's white. Isn't she?
She is white.
A white
Yeah.
Aja.
Oh, yeah, she's white.
Yeah.
Black, that's right.
She's also white.
Nah.
No,
When you
she's
said
white
that, I was
skin,
like, yeah,
but-
she's white.
No,
Like,
she's white,
what
Joe.
does that matter?
No, she is a white Aja, not red.
Gotcha,
Joe doesn't
sorry,
see
yes.
race, Jen.
I don't see Aja, Jen.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say that she's but
You said she's about 17 times.
oh, fair enough. I start the sentence thinking that a name's going to come out at the end of it, and none never does.
How about Tom? How about you start with something a little more broad, like she'll be an Aes Sedai or a villager.
Okay. I think she's going to be a sea folk person.
A sea folk.
I'm still banking on that's how the girls get from Falm to Tenjico.
So they're going to forego okay. The more important question then, if she's going to be sea folk, I can't ask this with a straight face.
I already know what you're going to ask. You don't need to ask.
Forget about it then.
Move on.
Let's move on. Jen, you think I'll be and Tom?
No, I don't. No? You just said name the biggest person we could cast her as. So that's what I was thinking of.
Chesmal Emery. There we go. Chesmal fucking Emery. I've got it.
Well, if she was only there in the beginning, then she's probably not one of the Black Aja, because they're going to be in the whole thing.
Yeah, but it could be indoor sets for that she's in. So they might have shot them in Prague. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a little role.
Maybe she's a Black Aja that they capture and gets killed by Slayer. So she's only in the beginning. We were talking about that last week.
Maybe. Could be. Yeah, she could just be another person in the tower. But I don't know. I mean, if you have a little role, does that mean you have to have a speaking part, right? Maybe, or a couple of lines.
She probably has a speaking part. I would bet on it. Yeah. I will say that she is a Aes Sedai whose first name begins with an S.
Oh man, you're narrowing it down.
Yeah, there we go. Let's move on to the next person here. We have another actor named Salome Gunnar's daughter. Yeah, Gunnar's daughter, right? That's what that is. Gunnar's daughter.
Gunnar's daughter.
Yeah. Gunnar's daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yes, we do.
So Salome is an Icelandic actor and voice actor. So I guess fellow countryman to Raga Ragnars. I wonder if she could be playing an Aiel then.
How tall is she, Joe?
I don't know how tall it is, but there is an indication here in the article that she filmed in both Prague and South Africa.
She filmed in both Prague and South Africa.
She's 5'7".
Okay, so she's not very tall.
Well,
it's tall for a girl.
Pretty tall.
I said she's not very huge. Tall.
Not very tall. I'm still going Aiel.
But why was she in Prague though? Unless they did Prague set work for inside Cold Rock Soul.
I'll tell you, you look at her. This could be an Amis, really.
What? Yeah. What if instead of? So here's what she could. Yes, that's what I was going to say. She could be a wise one because that's why she was in Prague potentially because they were filming the farm scenes maybe, or maybe the girls did go back to the White Tower, and she's on the set at the White Tower because that's where when they go into Teleran Riyadh, that's where they are.
What if she is the person whose name I can't remember that we talked about last week? The old Aiel, I mean.
Cerelia?
Cerelia?
No.
Sulin?
Sulin.
She could be Sulin.
I don't know. She's giving me Sulin vibes.
Who was the short one? Nyla?
Nyla, I think, yeah.
Oh, Enaila?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Short. Yeah. No, I don't know why I'm getting Sulin from her.
Okay.
But how big is her part supposed to be? They don't know.
No idea.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to say she's a wise one. I mean, she could just be another Maiden of the Spear, to be honest with you. We don't know. There's nothing in here about, she does voice act work too, so. She probably has a pretty cool voice. Next up, we have Claire Hope Ashite, who's she's a British actor. She was in that movie Children of Men.
Yes.
That's the one with Clive Owen. Is that Clive Owen?
Yes.
And
Julianne
Moore?
Yes.
Julianne Moore. I never saw the movie, to be honest. I just remember wanting to see it.
This paragraph is making me want to change my vote for the last person.
Okay, what's your paragraph?
Because it says, she was in Prague in May of 2023 and shared to social media pictures taken of herself with Shora and Salome.
Yes, this is Claire Hope.
It says it doesn't mean that they were in scenes together, but yes, it does.
So then you just think Salome maybe is an Aes Sedai? Who would be so okay.
Alviarin. I don't know.
Alida wouldn't have any contact with Aiel.
No.
But you never know in the damn show.
That's true. She could be Aiel. Who knows?
So maybe they're all. Why would they go to? Why would Salome though be going to Tanchico then? If she was, maybe she's a black.
Because she was in South Africa.
Maybe she's one of the Black Aja. She's one of the Black Aja sisters. She starts in the tower and then she goes.
Chesmal Emery.
There's our Chesmal fucking Emery.
There she is. Okay, Chesmal Emery, and then Claire Hope is somebody else in the tower. She's received numerous award nominations, so she probably has a medium role.
Who's the, maybe she's one of the, maybe she's like Galena or Katarine, one of the the other red sisters who's black.
Joe. No, I'm just kidding.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Pavara. I'm putting my money on a red sister.
There have to be sisters that are in the tower that stay there.
They do have to be.
Like who does
Pavara
show? Who does Alida?
Tarn Fair? Teslin?
Stop with the reds.
Why?
Who stays like in the tower? Who stays in the tower with Alida when she went during the coup?
Well, everybody, like half the tower. That's the whole thing.
Yeah, almost every person you know is either a Black Aja hunter or Black Aja. Like there's very few just Aes Sedai that you know about that are in the tower. So
who's the one that's actually Masana?
Danelle?
Danelle. Maybe she's Danelle.
I don't think I'm trying to remember. Is Masana going to be in it?
Masana might not be in it.
Right, no, is there not a statue for her? There's not
a statue for her.
Yeah, we don't think Masana's in it.
All right.
They'll probably combine her with she could just be a black sister instead. Maybe it's Alviarin instead of Danelle. Like Alviarin's the one who's in the tower, who's they could roll up some. All
right, so all these people are the last two people. Aes Sedai. We're back. They're Aes Sedai.
Okay,
that's it. Done.
All right. Next up, we have Robert Strange. He's also not only an actor but a creature performer and voice artist. So he's been in a bunch of the Star Wars movies. 5 Star Wars movies he's been in. He was also in Rings of Power as Lurka, which I don't remember who Lurka is.
Is he an orc or something?
I guess so. I don't remember.
Sounds like an orc name. I don't know if he's like a creature.
Lurka.
My name is Lurka. I live on the second floor.
What is that?
My name is Luca.
Yes. It's not a happy song. Sorry.
Lurka's like I don't know. Is Lurka an artist, a musician, or a band?
Lurka is an orc. He's an orc chieftain. It looks like.
Yeah. It's a chieftain. He's not even just any orc.
It looks like it. He's got cool.
He's an orc overseer who served under the command of Adar. So he was like the main orc I think we saw, who was working like directly for Adar. But there's a band it looks like called Luca, or a musician or an artist.
Yeah.
named Luca.
So what are we saying? Are we saying he will be a creature in season 3? Or is it too early for Shadar Haran?
Ooh. He's got a very like slim face, I could see him as like a fade.
Fade who speaks.
Yeah. That would be cool. That'd be a good hot close.
So here's right. So we're thinking like maybe he's a Trolloc, maybe he's a Fade, maybe he's an Ogier. Something else that they noted in the article is that he's 6'5".
Yes, maybe he's just an Aiel.
Just. Oh, it's too soon to tell. I don't think he's a Trolloc because, like,
yeah,
they don't talk.
Maybe he's.
Yeah, I don't think you'd hire an actor for any Trolloc scenes in this season.
Well, I mean, he's done a lot of creature work though. That's like he's a creature. But
right, he could be an orc.
You think he's gonna? If he was gonna be a creature, he'd be something that has a little bit more of a role. That's
I think he'd be a featured creature.
Right.
A feature creature.
Yeah,
instead of a creature.
Going to put him from a character in private in Rings of Power to a background Trolloc. That would be weird.
Right.
Maybe they're doing a crossover. Maybe Lurka comes into the Wheel of Time world. They're going to cross over.
Doubt it, man.
That way they could just like put them out at the same time. They don't have to have 2 years in between them.
Yeah, they're just going to merge them into one show.
They'll just do one, right? They'll just do one, and then the next one. Yeah.
They'll just be editing both, both shows together into one show.
That's good. That works for me. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah.
At the end of, you know what they're going to do at the end of season 3 of The Wheel of Time? they're going to go to Shia Ghul, and it's going to go on the screen, Shia Ghul. in writing. Because that was so cool when they did that in Lord of the Rings show, right? Rings of Power.
It was the best.
I hope they fired the person whose idea that was. Sorry about that, but it's pretty bad. Aiel, he's tall. He's just, maybe he's just an Aiel.
Maybe he's Cooladin.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Then.
Oh, no, Jen. You just ruined it. His hair is kind of like Auburnish. He looks like he could be a ginger.
Yes. He also could wear a wig.
He's also got a very like kind of punchable face. You know what? Cooladin.
I sold you?
You sold me. That's Cooladin.
Cooladin.
You just want to smack his face right off his face. Sorry, Robert Strange. That's good.
Done. All right. Good.
Okay. Shall we move on then?
Oh,
we got something else to talk about, Jen. So a friend of the show, John, put out a video on his What Up YouTube channel, which released some leaked information about one of the episodes in season 3. The episode entitled Road to the Spear. Remember, we had talked about this in the past. All of the episode titles were released, and this is specifically about the episode Road to the Spear. I will, I'll give spoiler warnings, but if you don't want to know what's going to happen, I mean, he says he has a source that gave him this information. He's usually right about these things most of the time. So if you're worried about getting spoiled for season 3, although it's not anything that's not in the books. Let's put it that way. So you won't be, it's not like we're giving you some crazy stuff here that you've never seen before or heard of before. So Road to the Spear, right? That's the chapter in the books where Rand goes through the glass columns, right? And he starts seeing, so that's when it starts. He goes through his glass columns. He sees his past lives. So what John revealed is, first we got to talk about this part. And we should have known this was coming. And we might have mentioned this before, but apparently Yosha is going to be playing his ancestors in that flashback glass column scene. He's going to be wearing prosthetics and makeup. And remember, Rafe had mentioned something about Yosha wearing prosthetics a little while back.
Wow.
So tying this together, Yosha's going to be playing his ancestors in the flashback scenes. How do you both feel about this?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't help picturing like horrible prosthetics. I'm sure it's going to look good, but I don't know. Like, isn't there another way to have shown us that it was his ancestors? I don't know. I'm going to reserve judgment because I'm sure it's going to be fine, but I'm just picturing him with like a huge nose, like a big chin or something. Like I don't
Groucho
know.
It's not
Marx
Maestro.
glasses,
like
and mustache.
Like Steve Martin. Was that movie Roxanne or something?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Got like the big nose. That's what I'm picturing. I don't know.
I would guess that the prosthetics that he's going to be wearing are going to be like old age makeup prosthetics, not like to make him look like a different person. You know, I think it's to make him look different ages. I think that would be my guess. He's going to be old in one or have scars in the other or whatever the case may be. I thought that they would probably do something like this, but I thought it would be more Quantum Leap style, where it would be like, it would just be Yosha, and then you would see by reflections or
somebody else.
Yeah,
Right.
or like whatever, some context clues that it wasn't Yosha, it was whomever. So I'm not. It surprised me at first, just because that wasn't what I was thinking they were doing. But I don't mind that. I think it's going to have to be very confusing for a viewer who doesn't know what's happening. And the more that they can make it clear to people that this is what's going on, I think the better it is. So if it helps the viewer who hasn't read the books to understand that Yosha, that Rand is experiencing his ancestors' lives, I think that's fine.
So do you think that Rand is playing Yosha is playing Janduin?
So I want to get into that, right? Tom, I like the Quantum Leap type idea. That's the way they could have went, right? Because I'm assuming they were thinking about, okay, how do we convey on the screen that these people are Rand's ancestors? Because you can't just say, oh, this is Steve Althor and this is Bob Althor and this is, Sam Althor.
I just thought that the wise ones would say, like, you'll afterwards or before, I don't know.
Yeah, but as a viewer, I don't know if that would be, I don't know, pleasing as a viewer to watch this scene and not know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah,
and then
I don't think they could do a Quantum Leap thing, because then he's watching it. It's not like he's not.
But he doesn't have to watch it. Like they could have.
No, but I mean, you can't ruin, like, if Quantum Leap is like, I don't know where I am, I don't know what's going on, like I'm in a like Nynaeve in the like she it's not like she was, well, I don't know, I guess it was
right. Well, yeah, she doesn't have any.
He would mess it up because he doesn't know what he's why he's there and what's going on.
I just
not watching what
visually,
actually happened.
But like not like he would, not like it was the particle accelerator that Sam Beckett jumps into, but like visually it would look like that. But yeah,
like you'd see an actor, and then you'd see like him at the same spot, like wearing the same clothes, and they cut
right. Like they would walk past something that was mirrored, and you would see what the real guy looked like.
Yeah, but it couldn't be him experiencing it.
No, I hear you.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Because then he would mess it up. You're watching something that happened.
Right.
But if they were clever, Jen, they would always cut back to the other actor, whenever the lines would happen. So it would be right. So you wouldn't see Rand actually saying the lines, like he wasn't in control of himself.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever. That's not how they're doing it. So.
But that's not how they're doing it, right? They're doing it where he's he's going to embody these people. So, Joe, I think you were about to say, like, John had more than just that. This was how they were going to portray it. He had some breakdowns, right?
He did have more. He had a lot more, which was eerie.
Eerily eerie.
Yes.
That's a lot.
He had an outline of like the different flashbacks and what was going to happen in them, which is pretty crazy.
It's kind of a lot I know, like, we read the books already, but I was kind of like, oh, this is like kind of spoiling the whole episode.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Yeah.
a lot. I know. I mean, he said it was spoilers.
It's more spoilering
I wasn't expecting it to be so detailed.
Yeah, like if it's something that's a change and I find out about it ahead of time, that's like a spoiler because I didn't know it was going to happen.
There's one that I don't.
Yes, yeah. So I
mean,
but it's, yes, but it's not like anything that you wouldn't have thought. We talked about this possibly being in the flashback.
Yes, we did.
And what I want to say it, Jen. Hold on one second. Let me just say it first. The first flashback is Janduin, which is not in the books.
Right.
So that's the spoiler. But I mean, we talked about putting that they would probably put this in here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jen. I'm sorry.
No, I just feel like even if it's the same, I don't really want to know what's going to happen before I watch it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't know what they're going to do. So
you
like,
don't know what they're going to put in.
I would like to see it without knowing exactly what, and not that I might not remember everything he said anyway, but I was just like, wow, this is like, you're describing you have the script in front of you and you're reading it to us. I don't know. I don't know who gave him this and like how they're getting away with giving him so much information.
Well, I mean, they don't, it's all anonymous. So.
Well, I know it's anonymous to us, but I don't know. I would be worried to give somebody that much information, specific information about a very pivotal episode from season 3.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many people it could have been though. Like it's hard. I don't think it's hard to. It's not like you gave him a picture or something where you maybe be able to figure out who it was. But I'm sure a lot of people know what happens in that episode.
Right.
It was Rafe.
Sorry.
Right.
John is Rafe.
Whoa.
He's wearing prosthetics.
Oh my God, they're really good. Forget it. I take everything back.
So
yes, the first flashback, according to John, is Janduin, Rand and Janduin. Randuin, to make that connection, which makes sense. I mean, like I said, we talked about this in the past that they would likely do this.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first flashback, so I want to get your thoughts on what you think the scene might look like. Is this going to be Janduin? Like, is this going to be Janduin fighting in the Aiel War? Is it going to be Janduin meeting? Who is it? Luke in the waste. Remember when he's afterwards after Tigraine dies? Right. That's after Tigraine dies.
I think it'll have Tigraine and Janduin.
Tigraine.
Like it's just a very easy way to be like, here's your parents.
Right.
Maybe the two of them first.
Don't tell me.
Maybe the two of them first meeting.
Or even
a meet
like
cute, Jen. You can get a meet cute.
A meet cute.
Yeah.
Or if it's or even if it's like him trying to convince her not to go because she's pregnant and her insisting that she's gonna go anyway. And then them like it could be their marriage, Like if we're gonna go off to war, let's get married first.
There could be a lot of.
I just have one more comment about Yosha playing the characters. Now, the more I think about it, I'm wondering if it was just like, this is going to be a long episode. Like, what are we going to do with Yosha? Like, we can't like just not have Yosha in this whole section. So maybe that's like part of the reason they did it like this too.
Well, like you said, he's
not going to keep cutting back to you. I know, but like maybe this was like their way to just like keep the actor in the show instead of just like not having anybody we know in any of these scenes.
Well, they have to have stand-ins and doubles for him then for this probably, because if he's going to be himself and also if he's going to be Rand and also the ancestor, there could be potential shots.
Mean?
I don't think Rand is going to be in these scenes.
No, he's not. He's not. But I'm saying like that's what I'm saying.
You don't think he's going to be watching? Like he's going to be there watching it?
No, I think they could cut back to him like in the columns. like reacting to it, like the
Yeah,
way
I
you
think-
said this in the book.
Yeah, I think he takes a
Oh.
step and then it's the next scene.
I don't think that's what I mean. It would have been like no Yosha this whole time, like even in it.
Oh,
so
I think-
maybe that's like
okay.
another reason they.
I thought.
Yeah, I
would
don't
he's
think-
just going to be like walking. He's going to walk and he's going to see the scene in front of him unfolding in front of him.
No, I think it's like
no.
inside his
You know,
brain.
like a Ghost of Christmas. Past.
Oh, I
or
didn't think so.
present
I
type thing.
take it, but yeah, no, I don't.
thought it was
Just with the
just inside his
prosthetics, I
brain.
think it's going to be like he's going to take a step and step into another memory. Yeah, and
Okay.
like be inside someone's
just
head.
like we're just seeing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
They could do
So
that.
you still think he's in that person's body?
No, I'm saying he's there.
No, Tom, I'm asking. You said he's going to be in someone's head. Like I think Rand is like
No.
watching it with us.
No.
Okay.
No, he's not watching it with you. He is that person. He
No, I
is
don't
that
think-
person.
I don't think
That's how it is in the books.
he is.
He is that person. Yeah. He takes a step and he is this person.
Oh, I thought he was just like watching the
No.
scene.
When
But then how does he?
when he comes out of it, he's back in the columns and he has to continue to go forward or not.
But how does the scene play out then if he's the person?
It's just
Yeah,
he's just
he's
living
just-
it.
Yeah,
He's
he
just
just
living
lives it. He has no agency in the scene.
Yeah. He just
Like
is
John
that person living
John
that life.
Malkovich?
Yes.
I don't know.
It's like
no,
being John
well, no.
Malkovich.
Like, it would be
Yeah,
like
it's exactly. Yes, they do it. Spike Jones is directing this episode.
Man,
I don't know. I'm confused. I have to read it again.
it's just like there's no, I don't know, whatever. It's just that's who he is at that moment, and then that important scene is done, and he moves back into his real consciousness.
Okay.
Do they have him look at his own hands through through the eye lenses?
through the eye? Yeah, right.
Like it's all blacked out around it except for like the eyes.
Randall Thor.
So it looks like-
Randall Thor. When Malkovich goes into his own brain.
Malkovich.
Thor.
That's basically the show anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I like all these ideas. I wonder what they're going to put in. I mean, I would love to see the two, like Tigraine and Janduin meet. There could be the scene where she's going off she wants to go with them to fight, in the Eye of War. It could be after the Eye of War where he, wanders into the Blight. He meets Luke. That could be, we know Lord Luke's in
can
here.
have a little-
Like we can connect all that together. That'd be really cool. I like all those ideas. So I'm really excited to find out what they're going to use. It's a good thing to be. See, Jen, that's our surprise. We know the other stuff, but we don't know what they're going to do with Janduin. So, the next one is Mandian. So Mandian is the first clan chief who goes through the glass columns. This one is interesting because there's Aes Sedai in the scene, and they cite the prophecy. The Aiel prophecy, the stone that never falls will fall to announce his coming, of the blood but not raised by the blood. He will come from Meridian at dawn and tie you together with bonds you cannot break. He will take you back and he will destroy you. So I want to know the over-under on this, that we get this prophecy or a version of it. Like they might cut out the beginning, the stone that falls part.
yeah, maybe the dragon that flames on the tower or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Flames on the tower.
I think they'll make that the key thing is that
Of the blood raised by the blood.
Not raised by the blood.
Sorry.
Hold on. I have to take 1 second away because I'm losing power on my computer.
Oh no.
You got to go plug it in.
Yeah. Jen, you think?
Go ahead. We can
Okay.
we can stop and then. Okay.
That's all right. You want to stop?
No, we can continue if you want.
Okay. Oh, I don't care. Whatever. Yeah, I think they're gonna have to have that prophecy though. That's some version of it.
It's a good spot to put it. Yeah, and we get this has Aes Sedai in it, so we could potentially get some of these actors could be playing Aes Sedai too from the flashback scenes. Another potential thing that these people could be doing. I hope we get it. I want to hear as much prophecy as we can get. I love the prophecy.
Now this is where the flashback. This is an end of the flashbacks in the beginning, the first one, the last one, right? The last one, right? In the books.
No, this is the first flashback. I think.
First one goes backwards. It goes backwards.
Yeah, it goes backwards in time. Yeah.
Remember.
This one is, I think, the first flashback that we see. Mandian. And then we're going to go to Lewin. So his sister was kidnapped by bandits, along with some others. They wind up going after the bandits, killing the bandits. The other Daishain Aiel, right? So now we're back to the Daishain. Daishain Aiel find out about it, and they like cast them out. And this is like this is where the split happens. Where the Aiel kind of become the Aiel that they are today, and the Daishain who become Tinkers eventually. So this isn't surprising.
No.
This is an important part. They're keeping this in. This is good. This is comforting.
I feel like we got casting for this already, right? From what series?
Well, we got
they thought was going to be in this scene.
Well, yeah. Well, I think Omar thinks one of those actors is going to be Mandian, right?
No, I thought he had said there was a casting that came out, and he thought like this group was going to be those people.
Yeah. Well, we have the next one. We have Roderick. So in the books, this is actually Jonai. Roderick is mentioned in one of the earlier flashbacks in the earlier scenes, but he's not like a character that we hear about. Otherwise, they must have just changed the name because they didn't like Jonai. So Roderick is the next one. He's a Daishain Aiel. He's packing up all the Tirangriel and items of the power, leaving the Aes Sedai. This might be. This is also. He's the one. Or this is the flashback when Rand sees Celinda and Kalendor. So this could be that scene. We know we got Celinda cast. We saw that picture of the wagons, remember, at the monument in South Africa. So that could be this scene.
I very much think that it is. I think that a lot of there's much more detail. I think a lot of what John reported in his last video, like, kind of confirms the stuff that we've been talking about as probably happening on the show already. Yeah. So I think that's exact. I mean, whether Kalendor is there or not, I think that's yet to be determined, but it's the best place to introduce it.
But this scene isn't the last. The last one in the book is when the boar, right, is drowned.
Yeah, I was going to ask that question, Jen. You were like, read my mind. Sorry. I wanted to ask something else, though. No, I forgot what it was.
Sorry.
What were you saying, Tom?
Yeah.
No, don't worry about it. It'll come.
So there's that one. I think the other things.
What were you saying before? I want to jog my memory.
I was done.
No, but what did you say at the end of that?
He said, like,
he's like, I was done. But you were talking, and there were words coming out of your mouth. What were those
like
words?
all the stuff that John was saying confirms what we already talked about with the wagons and
I said, we don't know if Kalendor is there, but this is the best place to introduce it.
That's the word. See, that's all you had to do was just say the word Kalendor. I wanted to say that we did a poll to ask people if they thought Kalendor was going to appear in the flashbacks in season 3. And it was an overwhelming majority said yes. Surprise.
Okay.
Hey, there you go. All right.
Okay, Jen, go ahead. The boar.
I don't even remember. Oh, no. I was just, are we going to get the boar? Or are we going to like, because what we see in the book is like, obviously one of his ancestors just like watching it from afar, but are we going to like, see Lanfear, or are we gonna get like a more up close view of this happening?
We get two
like
scenes.
One of his ancestors is like isn't it like his ancestor works there or something, but he's not in it?
Yeah,
it was like the assistant for the other guy.
He works
Betamon.
Betamon or something like that. Like he knew somebody that.
I thought
Betamon's mentioned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but I
There's-
want to be in the room where it happens.
So there's two scenes in the book that cover there's a scene when the bore is drilled through and the column explodes.
right.
And then the scene before that is the one you're talking about, I think, Jen, with Beta.
Really?
They mentioned Betamon and it's like somebody's relaying that Betamon found some sort of,
I think
power.
that's the same one. I don't think
there's two of them. There's one before the bore's drilled and one after the bore's drilled.
Really?
Yes, because the one where the column explodes is when the bore's already drilled, like right after.
So what's the one before that?
It's them hearing that Betamon found a power source. I think they're two separate scenes.
I don't think so. I think you see that guy as a young man, and then the next one you see is the end of War of Power, and that guy gets hung, and his grandson is there, and then the next one is the grandson gets the message to he's old now and he's got to move all the stuff around.
What's the one with the singing? Is that the one with that's the Kalendor one?
No, that's the one in between
that's the one where the guy in the first one gets hung. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Kalendor,
no, you're right.
That's the one where they're gathering up all the stuff.
It's one.
Yeah.
It's one.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one scene.
Then they're singing with the Green Man.
Yeah.
Afterwards. That's at the end of the war.
Right. Okay.
And then then the next one is they get charged with taking all the stuff away. The other thing that I think is missing that I think is
Charn, he gets told, right? So Randish Charn, this is that one. Charn is an Aiel. Charn is excited because Mirin told him that her and Betamon would try the new source of the one power. Then suddenly the what's it called explodes.
So if this guy's like he works with them,
he's
like an assistant or something, or
I don't think he's an assistant. I think he works he's a servant of Lanfear.
He's a Dashane, he's a Dashane Aiel.
Okay, so he should if he's that close to them, he could potentially be in there when it happens.
What you want to see them drill the bore?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to be just looking up and like something explodes. I want to see what happens.
I want to see the fall.
I don't know what happens though, because like, does Betamon die?
No one knows what happens because you don't see it.
But like Lanfear gets, she could like travel out.
Well, they're not there. That's where they're doing the drilling. They're not in that. I think that's what.
What do you mean?
It's not at the column that the bore's drilled. I think.
Why does the column explode then?
I think it's just like the force. It's like a
backlash of the power.
It's like a.
Are you sure? The column is the research center.
It is the research.
It's like
center, but that's not where they're drilling the bore. That's where, or maybe that's where they are, and that's not where the bore is not there.
No,
the bore's not anywhere.
They might be there.
But that's where they are.
To prod the bore. Yeah. And not the column. The Sharome, which is the sphere above the column is the thing that explodes.
Yeah. Right. Okay. You're right.
I mean,
it's like a floating orb, right? Like a floating.
Yeah, it's a big like globe type thing.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to see that happen so bad.
Yes.
Like, I don't want to be down here and be like, oh no, something happened up there. It's terrible. Like, this is a TV show. Like, show it to me. I want to be in there.
I think
but they don't.
John, this guy can't die. Rand's ancestor can't die unless he already.
John did not mention anything about this, though.
Yeah,
he gave
I think that
scenes.
Well, maybe he didn't get everything.
It's possible, but it's also possible. Like, wow, we're gonna double the budget for this episode for like 5 minutes, and I don't know if we're gonna do that. Right, because that's like full on Age of Legends time, right? Where everything's like,
are they going to have Jokars and hoverflies and show wings in this scene?
Right.
No, but that's why, like, if we're inside the what is it? The Sharam, the shop.
Yeah, I don't know if people go.
Whatever it is, if we're in there, oh no, isn't that? Oh, that's not where they are. In the floating globe.
No, I don't
whatever. If we're inside the building, there's less that we need to see. We could look out a window the same way they did in the last, in season 1 and see like a couple of futuristic things. So I think that's like that's less money if you're inside.
They could also use the same
Research center.
footage. Just use it over.
Right. No. It could just look like a lab, you know? And then you could see like a Joe car fly.
Yeah,
by
they're not
also.
they're not in it when it explodes because Lanfear doesn't
So what?
die.
I know, but
She
could
doesn't
travel
die.
away.
That's a good point.
They're not in that thing? What is
No,
it?
why would you think they're in it? There's nothing.
'Cause that's the part that explodes.
So
That's
So why would they be over here and then this explodes?
I think it's just like I don't know, Jen. We'd have to ask.
I don't either. That's why we have to see it.
Why don't you
That's
ask?
why we need to see it.
Why don't you ask Maria when
Maria?
Yeah, ask Maria.
All right, I'm going to take like a pen and paper and be like, can you draw this out for me and explain how the physics of the bore being drilled, why this explodes?
Don't say. Just say when they drilled the bore and that sphere exploded, where was Lanfear?
Yes, that's all you need to ask. You probably should go through.
Did
the interview
Lanfear use a
database.
crank to drill the bore?
Is it a hand drill?
I love it how they have flying cars, but they still use hand drills. Is that what's going on?
Listen, I don't know. Fine, okay. This is the kind of drill they use then.
It's a power
Is that
drill,
better
right?
for you?
All right.
I almost
it's
got
a
it.
podcast, guys. You can't just hold your hand up.
You guys got it from that noise, right?
You made a noise? Sounds just like a power drill, Jim.
I know it
So,
does. Watch
other-
it on YouTube, people. You'll see.
other scenes that I think it's interesting that they're cutting are the IO being given water by what will eventually become the Carrietan and giving them the tree that starts the IO war. That scene's not in this.
That's not in it. is
And
it?
it's not in it.
No, but it's
That's
not
in the
book.
flashbacks. Yes, it is.
Uh,
They get water from people. Those are the people that get the tree,
I'm in
and
the next, I'm in the next chapter.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then also the scene where they have to go over the mountains into the desert, and they're forced to do that. Right. So entering the threefold lens, that part of it.
Yeah.
It's very like it's not even necessarily the main point of that scene, but that's it. That's the gift that caused them to give what would become Carrion.
That's the Roderick. That's the real Roderick flashback, by the
Yeah.
way. That they're changing.
When Roderick appears.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't.
In
Yeah. His
time.
name is They're using the name Roderick for Jonai story. I guess they just probably like the name better. Yeah. So I know I want to see this other stuff now. I'm hoping that wasn't all the information about the episode. Maybe even the person who leaked it to him didn't want to ruin that part.
That I cannot give away.
Because that would be really cool if we
The
saw
explosion at the Colum Dawn.
if we saw Natasha O'Keefe in this flashback, and we saw the and the Colin Dawn, the Sharom explode. That's all. Just saying, it's not too late. They're not done. They didn't put the show
Not
out
too
yet.
late.
It is
It
late.
could all be CGI.
Yeah, CGI. It's just an explosion. You don't need like real people. The actors don't need to be in it.
Just like a cut an explosion from something else. Just like
Should I put a Death Star up there?
Yeah. Yes. The second time.
what's
it was
that? It just,
He's in the mic.
no, it's good. It's good.
All right. So
It's good. We're good.
It's just
Everything's
all
fine
right.
here. How are you?
Nothing to see here.
I will say this seems robust enough. This seems sorry, Joe. This seems like a full enough plate of scenes that I might get my long stated wish, and that this is an episode that only takes place in Rodian and has no
I will
cutaways
say-
to any other stories.
I will say this takes up a half hour of time in the episode.
All right.
30 minutes max.
All right.
Might even be 25 minutes.
No way.
You can get a lot of this done in really short. Remember, Tom, Rafe is writing this
yeah.
episode.
That's a good point. That's a good point. This is going to be a 5-minute. No,
That's actually being generous because there's only really 4 scenes, and that means like he's going to have like 7-8 minutes a scene. So
yeah,
that's a lot for.
But
Rafe.
I'm
Rafe
saying
can make this all in about 7 or 8 minutes, like in total.
Yeah, I don't think. Well, that's true, but I think that I don't think that this will take an hour or 40 minutes or 50 minutes. I think that Rand walks into Rodian at the start of the episode and walks out of it at the end of the episode. And like, you don't see Tanchico, you don't see the tower, you don't see the 2 rivers.
I don't believe that. An hour of just him in Ruidian?
Not just him, but that they're in Ruidian. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There. Okay.
Yeah. I think that's an episode. Like I think they have to make the Aiel as important to this series as the Aes Sedai are, because it's the other thing that makes this stand out from most other series. They have to dedicate the time to it.
Mm-hmm.
You got a whole made up episode in season 1 just so that we would really, really get to know the Aes Sedai and how all that stuff works. You've got it here. Take it. It's yours.
I'd say 30 minutes. That's what I'm putting. Out there. Half the episode. This might be one of those long episodes that runs over an hour and 6 minutes.
Ooh.
66-minute episode. The Road to the Spear. 30 minutes in Ruidian. Maybe 35 if it's over an hour episode.
What do you think? What do you think is happening in that they're going to go away from Rodian to other things? What's happening? What are you going to see with Perrin or with Nynaeve and Elaine?
4th episode with Perrin might be. They probably wouldn't put a Trolloc attack in this episode.
Rescuing
maybe he rescues his family and the Cothans, right? Don't the girls and the mother and all them have been kidnapped, right?
Yeah.
That would be a right time to do it. Someone's saying in chat, and I think thematically it would be great if he re-meets the Tuatha at this point. But that's really early because unless you change the storyline.
Not really? Episode 4?
No. That happens after like all the main Trolloc attacks until the last battle, right? They meet the Tuatha like relatively late in the books.
Well, no, don't they go out into the woods when they go into people's houses and they're fighting Trollocs like in the woods, and then they come upon them. Right?
Yeah,
and then later on so he sees them and then he leaves, and then later on they come to the 2 rivers.
Yeah, but that's all after the rescue. That's when they're hunting Trollocs, and then they get ambushed. He gets hurt.
But they can change the order of all
they can change it around. They can change it around. That's what I'm saying.
I like that idea though, Gabe, that putting the Tinkers in that same episode and while they're in the 2 rivers, that actually be really, really cool.
Yeah, you have Tinkers and Aiel in the same episode.
That could be that could just be those 2 areas. I mean, maybe we get Matt in Finland in this episode too.
Stop it, Joe.
I want to put it
that was my original thought. Like if Matt was in there and he was in Finland at the same time, that's a great like going back and forth. They're both in their own magical journeys and things are just crazier and crazier for all of them.
Yeah, just get David Lynch in here to direct this episode.
Oh my God. David, oh my gosh. If Finland's like the Red Room, I'm all for it.
Yeah, he can do Finland.
Right?
Yeah.
The foxes just start talking backwards, so they're doing the weird dance.
Yeah. I like it.
That's the old tongue. It's just talking backwards, recorded forwards.
Yeah. Oh man. All right. Well, I think we're all going to be putting this in our episode breakdown predictions. So, not David Lynch part.
No, that's all locked in for me too. Secret guest director.
Secret guest director. Just for these scenes. He won't be
Just
directing
for
the
those
rest of the
scenes.
episode. It's two directors sharing the episode. I think this is a good time to wrap it up. I want to remind everyone to follow us on social media. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Join us over in Discord to continue the conversation there. We also post our episodes on YouTube, so go check out our YouTube page to like and subscribe. Rate and review us wherever you listen to podcasts, and check out our merchandise and Patreon pages. You can support us that way. Links to all the aforementioned information are included in the show notes to this episode. Any final thoughts, Jen or Tom? I will say happy Mother's Day, Jen, and to all you mothers out there.
Thank you. All you mothers.
Oh, you fatherfuckers.
Who's that from?
It's inverting the Father's Day joke of Happy Father's Day to all you motherfuckers out there.
Okay. I've never heard that. I like Danny Mullen in here. Happy Mother's Day, Leandrin. Love that.
How's your dead son?
Leandrin has your dead son.
Oh man!
Don't worry, her granddaughter's still alive though.
That's right. It's gonna
Lives
happen.
On.
Thanks everyone for listening, and you'll hear us next time.